All right, good morning, guys. It's day number 2. It's 5:57 in the morning, 27.3 degrees on April 5th. And I'm going to wake up for my first full day on the PCT. All right, good morning, folks. As I said, it's day 2 on the PCT. It is the 5th day of April, 7:11 in the morning, and what was it, 31.8 degrees, 31.8 degrees, so still technically, I suppose, below freezing or somewhere thereabouts. For those of you who don't know, I do use a Sawyer water filter. Sawyer water filters are trash if they freeze. All those tiny little like membranes and fibers and stuff that filter the water are never going to be truly dry once you use it. So if the filter gets to freezing, those tiny little membranes and tubes and stuff all rupture, and no longer are you actually filtering your water. So that's nice. So my MO generally is anytime it's at 40 degrees or below, certainly below, I'm going to keep my filter on my person or in my sleeping bag. So last night I put my Sawyer filter in a Ziploc bag and slept with it in the foot box of my sleeping bag. And right now it's in that same Ziploc bag, just in my right pocket. Undoubtedly, though it makes me sad, there will be people out here who did not take that preventative step to protect their filter, and unbeknownst to them, their filter will be serving them no good henceforth. Yeah, so there's that. Last night was pretty comfortable. Slept pretty well. Went to sleep pretty early. Took me a little bit to fall asleep, but once I sorry, just looking around, it's kind of pretty out here. But once I fell asleep, I pretty much stayed asleep. I say pretty much because usually I, as was the case last night, tend to wake up like right at the top or bottom of just about every sleep cycle. Just kind of maybe spin around a little and then go back to sleep. Not a big problem, and it was fine. I think I mentioned, I don't know if I mentioned or not, I think I did. Got down to about 27 degrees last night. That was about the coldest it got. But there was also like 87% humidity, which is crazy humid for a section called the desert. So it doesn't take a genius to figure out, with 87% humidity plus below freezing temperatures, had a lot of frost. During one of those little wake-up cycles, I went to adjust my pillow, felt that it was damp, which is alarming, and reached down and touched my sleeping bag, and it too certainly very damp. So at some point today I'll have to pitch up a yard sale in the sun and hopefully dry stuff out a little bit. Nothing got soaked, and as soon as I identified that that was going to be an issue, I unfurled my poncho and snapped all the snaps open so that it was just a long rectangle, and laid that long flat rectangular poncho right over top of my sleeping bag, which probably could have had two effects. One, the effect I was hoping for, was that it would prevent any further frost or dew or whatever from collecting on my sleeping bag. The second effect, which I expect it had, was that any frost which had formed on my sleeping bag would melt in the heat of being covered now, and soak up the sleeping bag. But I felt like any moisture which had yet collected on my sleeping bag was pretty well a lost cause. So thought better to just cut my losses and try and protect any further moisture from forming. So that was that. Just a couple more notes and I'll snap right off, get hiking. Saw a ton of people on trail yesterday, man. I suppose I probably should have mentioned this in yesterday's video, but I must have seen and passed probably 25 people on the trail yesterday. Insane. Before you start thinking like, hey Beat, thought you said you did the AT, like AT is very busy. Dude, I started the AT February 19th. Like, I saw people on the AT, but I never saw that many people on the AT. And naturally, of course, last year being the CDT, you would expect to see fewer people on that trail. So, but yeah, just wild, man. 25 people. And unless anyone was very, very sneaky last night or this morning, I think I'm ahead of all of them, which I really and truly don't care. If anyone's faster than me, that's fine. I'm not out here to compete or be the fastest or anything else, but just as a matter of reference, I think all those people I saw yesterday are behind me. Final note is that today we'll have a bit of a ramble for the first few miles, which will lead us into Lake Morena, where there is allegedly a restaurant or a malt shop or something. Haven't quite decided whether I want to stop or just mosey on by. I'll probably stop. And just beyond Lake Morena, we will commence the climb up to Mt Laguna, which I do not plan on getting to today, in the interest of starting this trail nice and easy. But I do expect to get to hopefully early tomorrow. So anyway, super long morning check-in, sorry for that. Just a lot to catch you up on. Whew. I'll focus on breathing now. Talk to you guys later. All right, guys, it is 12:12 in the afternoon, 63 degrees even. See that big bridge over top of me? Oh gosh, pardon this wind noise, guys. I actually lost my windscreen in that ford, the first ford of the PCT there. I'm not sure what happened. I was moving stuff from my low pocket to my high pocket, and I guess the windscreen blew away. So please excuse the wind noise. I do have a backup, so don't worry about it in future clips. But anyways, yeah, these overpasses, which I'm crossing under, are Interstate 8. So it's pretty exciting. It's my second day on trail, and I'm crossing my first interstate of the Pacific Crest Trail here at Interstate 8. So yeah, I'm about 9.8 miles into the day. Not sure how far I'm going today. I'd love to get like another 5, maybe 5 plus. We'll kind of see how we feel. The entire day, again, as I mentioned, is climbing, more or less. We're gonna start gaining elevation in advance of our arrival tomorrow to Mt Laguna. But kind of the plan I have roughed in for this first jump, that being from the Mexican border to Mt Laguna, is to do like 15s-ish the first 2 days, and then a nice easy 10 or low to get into Laguna tomorrow. Give myself the majority of the day off in Mt Laguna tomorrow, stay in Mt Laguna tomorrow night, and then keep moseying from there. Really, I'm not sure what the next stop is after that. But yeah, so far it's been a pretty good day, aside from the misplaced wind screen. I've seen plenty new faces on trail. I don't know, fewer than yesterday, but probably another 10 or 15 or something like that, with no common faces from yesterday to today. So yeah, as I said, just a lot of folks on trail. I did stop by this morning. I stopped by that sort of like malt shop, convenience store, whatever it is, at Marina Lake, and it was fine. It was fine. I ate half a sandwich and the fries which came with it, and I packed out the second half of the sandwich. I'm not super enthusiastic about my visit there, just because I frankly found the staff to be a little surly. You know, I'm always polite. I say please and thank you and how are you and good morning. And yeah, the guy who took my order couldn't be bothered looking me in the eye when he took my order, so whatever. I don't know what he's going through. I hope he resolves whatever it is that he's going through. But yeah, either way, got a turkey sandwich, packed out half. And as I say, probably 5, 6, whatever, something, maybe less, who knows, before I get to camp. But hoping and thinking I'll probably get to camp halfway early today, and that's just fine. There's the interstate. Yep, just about what, 26 hours or so ago my wife brought me in on that interstate. So yep, that's that. All right, I'm gonna keep hiking. Talk to you guys later. Guys, well, this is going to be my evening check-in. I'm not quite sure what time it is, not quite sure what the temperature is. I guess somewhere around 50 or something like that, but there is an army of people here, which is fine. I got to be social periodically. There's a gal called Lisa from Berlin. There's a gal called Rose from London. There's a fella called Altitution who is from California. There's a guy called Mike who's from Washington. There's a couple whose names I didn't get. There's a gal called Laura. I don't know where she's from. There's a group of 3 that has 2 dogs. There's another fella. I don't even know how many that is. I don't know what, 10? I don't know. There's a bunch of tents here. So this is going to be my evening check-in because I don't really want to interfere with those folks. I only barely made my milestone of wanting to hit 15 today, but that's fine. I really don't care. My main thing was that I wanted to get into single digits to get to Mt Laguna tomorrow, and I also only just barely made that because I think it's like 9.8 miles to get there tomorrow or something. But again, totally fine. Today was a good day. That late climb was fine. I mean, I'm still kind of getting my legs under me, if I'm being honest, so it was definitely just a little bit, you know, I slowed down a little bit, but that's fine. My big thing right now, especially in the early goings of any hike, is like, give yourself successes. You know, no one's a hero right at the beginning of a hike, so just give yourself successes and end each day happy, you know, and fresh enough that you can go and do it again tomorrow. Again, one of my mantras is that my most important day on trail is tomorrow. So in fulfilling that mantra, I am quitting a little early tonight. That's just fine. I did not process last night's video, so now that most of my social obligations are out of the way, I think I'm gonna climb into my bunk and process some video. You saw I pitched up the Durston tonight, so that's pretty cool. See how it goes. So yeah, tomorrow should be a short day. We'll get to Mount Laguna and then keep hanging out. But yeah, that's it. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.